Hey guys, hope you're having a great morning. Wanted to hop on for just a couple of minutes and to talk to you guys about being unoffendable this morning. And this is definitely something that's really hard for us. I want to tell you guys, and this is nothing new, that we have a very real enemy that loves to push buttons in our life. He knows those exact things that'll send us over the edge a lot of the time. And he looks for patterns in our life of things that will set us off and things that will make us angry, that'll make us get into this place where we're just not in a good place, kind of a thing. And so what we've got to do is we've got to be so careful to suit up in that armor of God every day and to study our enemy. I wanted to give you guys this example. So, those of you guys who have served in the military, first of all, thank you. Second of all, you guys more than anyone could vouch for the fact that it would be absolutely insane to send troops into a situation where you have not studied your enemy, where you have not studied the attack plan that's trying to come at you guys from the other side, because it could affect your positioning where you physically need to be. If you don't study their weaponry, you could go in completely unprepared and just get absolutely pummeled. All of this fun stuff we have to study, just like the army does, whoever it is that's being dispatched into war, just like we are, you guys. We have to study what the devil is trying to do in our personal lives. Amen. And I've seen people take this to an unhealthy place where all the focus gets put on the devil. I'm not talking about that, you guys, okay? But what I am saying is we have a very real enemy, and we have to watch for patterns in our personal life of how he tries to attack us, and we have to be purposeful to suit up every day in that armor of God. You know, sometimes the enemy will work through a person. I like to call them sandpaper people. There's nothing magical about that term. That's just something I made up. Maybe it's that one child of yours that acts just like you and there's something about that kiddo that can just grind on your nerves. Maybe there's that one person at work that it feels like it's impossible to work with them. Maybe there's that one friend in your personal life that just every single time, it's just like you're butting heads kind of a thing. That's a sandpaper person that I like to call them. And sometimes God will use those people to bring out changes inside of us that need to happen. But the enemy can also use them. And the enemy likes to pick at the things over and over and over again in our lives that he watches to upset us, right? The enemy isn't some magical thing, right? He looks for patterns of behavior, and he will poke at those things until you make a decision in your mind. You know what, devil? That doesn't impress me. Sometimes I'll say that. The enemy will pick at something in my life. Something will happen. He'll be working through a person. And you've got to make a decision in your brain to put on that full armor of God and to say, you know what, devil? That doesn't impress me. And you know what? It may be something that affects your day. It may be something that happens. But as long as the enemy can see, if I pick at this thing, I can hit a nerve. And if I can hit a nerve, I can steal their joy. Which I want to tell you guys, that is ultimately the enemy's plan over your life. He wants to see you obviously not close in your walk with Jesus, but he also wants you to walk around angry. He also wants you to steal your joy that you have in your life, because if he can steal your peace, you guys, he can steal everything else. Amen. And that's why part of the armor of God is putting on those shoes of the gospel of what, you guys? Of peace. And so I want you guys to make up in your mind today, I'm going to be unoffendable today. I am going to be a person who, when the devil starts to pick at my life, I'm going to choose to focus my thoughts, my actions on the Lord. I'm going to choose to put on that armor of God today, and I'm going to choose to march into these situations in faith, knowing that yes, I live in a fallen world, stuff is going on around me, but my God is bigger. And you know what? When the enemy starts to see that he's picking at stuff and it doesn't affect you the way that it used to, he'll let up. Amen. I started doing something a few years back where when the enemy would pick at patterns in areas of my life that I noticed that I was particularly vulnerable, I would say, devil, every single time you pick at this area of my life, I am going to go and start praying for these people's salvation. I'm going to go and start praying blessings over people. And so I would just launch myself into a prayer time, because for me personally, I know that if I'm praying, I'm a lot less likely to go into that bitter place that the enemy wants me to get to. Amen. So I want to encourage you guys, pray this prayer today and ask God, show me if there are any patterns of behavior, if there are any areas of my life that keep getting hit over and over and over again. And God, show me if there's anything you want me to do. Help me to stay armored up. But more than anything, God, help me to be unoffendable. Help me to keep my focus on you first. And I trust that when I do that, God, and when you help me to keep my peace, that you will sort out all the people and all this external stuff that's going on around me. I hope you guys have a great day. I'll talk to you soon.